Congratulations on Safety Not Guaranteed, and welcome back to On Stage. Welcome to On Stage.
Thank you.
And Keki, I want to start with you. You play the character of Darius, character played on screen by Aubrey Plaza.
I'd watched the movie just when I got the audition for this, and I was like, okay, well, I know for a fact that I don't want to replicate someone else's performance because that's just an inorganic thing for an actor and a creative person to do.
Yeah.
So coming into the audition, I was just like, this is how I would approach it, and I'm so glad that that has been working out. And I feel like we're all, not only within the character, within my character, all the characters, but also the show itself, it feels so invented and feels like it has its own life that is different from the movie, and especially with the inclusion of the songs, it's like we're creating something that can live on by itself.
And Ryan, you wrote the music for the show. You also worked on the film. Talk a little bit about kind of diving back into this source material, and this is a big moment for you. You're writing for the stage.
I'm writing for the stage. Yeah, I definitely did not have off-Broadway musical composer on my bingo card in 2024, or even before. I mean, I scored the film over 12 years ago. It was the first film that I ever scored, and kind of did launch my composing career. Mm-hmm. And I've done 15 features since then as a film composer, so it's very near and dear to my heart, and still a calling card in some ways for my film composition. So it was sort of funny that this came around in the way that it has, because I'm sort of, if I'm like mythologizing, I'm like, what if I become like a really famous Broadway composer because of this property again? You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of like nuclear. So it is, but I know this story very well, and I think that's part of why this happened very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, apocryphally, I had heard Broadway musicals take 7 years, 14 years, and we've been working on this like maybe a year and a half. And I think part of the speed of that was like, I was so inside the material, I didn't have to figure out what these moments were and who these characters were. I had already kind of done that.
I want to bring Nick in. Nick, I know you as an actor. I know you as a writer. For this project, you wrote the book.
Yeah.
And you were kind of responsible with getting Ryan involved. Big Guster fan, which Ryan, of course, we know you from Guster.
I'm always sort of looking, kind of without trying, when I see a movie, is there a musical in here? And I love indie theater. And I feel like indie movies and indie theater don't often meet. And I think that has to do with the tone. That is there something, as you said, that is actually theatrical about the story? And time travel is so theatrical. Mm-hmm. And this movie particularly has such big themes inside such a small package, and then there's such an act of surprise in it that I don't want to ruin if you haven't seen it. There's something about, you know, time travel and music that is forever related, and that a song takes you back to the time that you first heard it. You know, it comes on the radio and you're like, oh my God, I'm 14 again, and I'm falling in love with my first crush. And in so many ways, Guster was that for me. So it was this real leap of faith of like, oh, is Ryan gonna be cool? And is he gonna understand?
He's not cool.
Pass the test.
You guys hate each other.
The verdict is still out.
But, you know, can you write for story as opposed to for album? And I think because Ryan has so much experience writing for film, and in so many ways, the Guster songs have these storytelling arcs in them, I really lucked out my collaborator.
Is Broadway the dream for this? And Keki, you're putting you on the spot.
I would say that would be sick.
Wait, but why? Who says no to that?
You never know.
But wait, why would? In what capacity would people be like, no, it's good?
No,
we're good
There
here.
are people who say, you know, like a small off-Broadway show should stay off-Broadway and kind of be an experience off the beaten path.
Sometimes there's the thing about an off-Broadway show that's like, this is a factory. We are putting this show together to go to Broadway.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been a unique thing with this, is that's not the tenor of the production. We happen to be in my favorite theater in the world at the Harvey.
It's beautiful.
It's an unbelievable place. It feels like a Greek ruin. You can feel the past in there. Right now, we're getting to make the show without all the eyes.
Yeah.
And I think should we get the chance to go to Broadway, it'll be because the show is great, and because it's the organic move, as opposed to trying to like reverse engineer that process, which actually then sacrifices creativity.
Yeah, you're right.
along the
Yeah.
way.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.